We are. We're back live. This is your Bolo Punch Boxing Hour brought to you by George Rogie Insurance. www.bolopunchboxinghour.com. Streaming to you live as always on Ustream.tv. We are tearing apart the topic right now. How good is Manny Pacquiao today?
And I was just talking to you off the air. I said it's hard for me. It's hard to say that this guy's better than this guy because I didn't get to see their career. And you're like, well, there was a whole world before 1975. But the reason I made that point is Nestor got to see more of Foreman's career than what I got to see. Obviously, he's a little bit older.
He's really freaking old.
You know, I really enjoyed that Jake Kilrain and Donald Sullivan fight.
Weren't you ringside for that?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's
what was it like
actually?
What was it like actually babysitting Henry Kissinger?
My first Christmas was the first Christmas.
Yes. My social security number is 9. Anyway, all right. So far we've gone through Larry Holmes. Let's recap. Where I personally said Pacquiao is not better than Larry Holmes just yet.
And I ruled the fence on Larry Holmes.
You straddled the wood. And Nestor said, no, Pacquiao's not better than Larry Holmes yet. Okay. Then we went to Roy Jones, where I said, Roy today, everything that Roy is more so than Manny Pacquiao is right now. You said you agreed,
yeah. And
Nestor said no. Pacquiao is bigger than Roy. Pacquiao today is bigger than Roy ever was. Okay. As far as better, I don't want to say bigger.
No, yeah, not bigger.
Better. Because bigger, who really is bigger than Pacquiao? Who's really bigger? I mean, you got to go to Ali. You got to go to the top.
Oh, we're talking.
I'm not talking size. I'm talking rock star status.
Yeah, no.
10 years ago, Roy was the man, though. That's
Roy
all you
was
talked
the man.
about.
I know.
Yeah.
This show used to be called The Roy Show.
Yeah, 1908 was a great year
for about 3 weeks. It was The Roy Jones Show. And then we said Holyfield. Everyone thought Pacquiao today is better than Holyfield ever was. And then we were talking Foreman right when we stopped.
Foreman's got the grills, though. Does the grills come into play?
It's all about the girls. I mean, the grills. We were as a group sort of on the fence as far as Pacquiao being better than Foreman. Nestor flat out said no. Foreman did more so far. Emil said that Pacquiao has done more than Foreman, and I actually
Foreman's hard because he had basically 2 careers. He retired longer than most people, and then he came back.
10 years.
Yeah.
You don't take a decade off. Who does that? And then come back and be worth something? And you know what? One thing about Foreman that people forget, it's not like he showed up unretired, magically got a title shot, and then became the champion. He fought for like 8 years in that comeback before they even took him seriously. And then they gave him a title shot. And that was against Holyfield. And he did really well, but he didn't win.
Champion Emeritus didn't work for that, huh?
No, there was no such thing back then. Yeah, you can't take a decade off. Well, he had lost that title anyway. All right, we're moving on to Duran. Now our first new fighter of the second grouping.
And when we came, that's why I wanted to bring that up. That my distorted view might be because I didn't get to see much of Foreman during his prime.
How much of Duran did you get to see?
Well, but it's distorted because I did see him, on his comeback trail, and I'm thinking of Foreman during his comeback, not during his prime.
He did just as much, if not more so.
He did more in his prime. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but
and
his comeback's distorting the view for me.
But personally, I can name more fighters that he fought in his comeback. But how many, ironclad Hall of Famers did he beat in his comeback? Not all that many. No. The ironclad Hall of Famers that he beat, that was all in his first career. But anyway, Roberto Duran, Manos de Piedra, the Panamanian madman. No. Is Pacquiao better than Duran was?
Not yet.
Not yet. Is it even a possibility to you?
I don't. He'd have to fight a whole lot of big names and a whole lot of top-ranked fighters in order to.
Duran, the one thing that gets me about Duran.
No mas.
Forget no mas. That doesn't bother me.
No?
No.
That's the one thing that gets me.
Hagler, it bugs me, but that's not why I'm not gonna vote for him right here. Because I think, personally, I think Pacquiao's better than Duran was. I don't like that Hearns got beat by Sugar Ray Leonard. Hearns got beat by Hagler in grand fashion. Hearns got beat by a few guys, but Duran could not beat Hearns.
There's some guys that just you have no answer for, and seriously, because I mean, here, let's take a fighter that we've all seen. Let's take Bernard Hopkins. Here's a guy that won 21 straight title defenses. He fought Jermaine Taylor twice.
He beat him twice. He beat him twice in my book.
Who almost got knocked out by Corey Spinks, or almost lost to Corey Spinks. But Bernard Hopkins couldn't beat him. Okay? He beat everybody else.
Good example, though. No, you're
but
right.
he couldn't beat Jermaine. And it's the same concept. There's some guys that you just can't beat. It doesn't make a difference what you do, how well you train.
Well, if you fight Corey Spinks, the other thing about Corey Spinks is you're never going to look good against him.
You're not gonna look good, but you could beat Corey Spinks tomorrow.
I don't know about me. I walked on the treadmill for 20 minutes and my heart rate was about where I should stop.
Corey Spinks would whoop everyone in this room within 20 seconds.
Yeah, and all of us together.
It wouldn't be much. Yeah, we could just gang up and it wouldn't matter. All right, we're done with Duran. Marvin Hagler, middleweight champion for a very, very good while. We need to fly through these.
I'm thinking, if you go even Hagler, Hearns, I'm going with those three guys. It's going to be very hard to choose those guys, and maybe even Leonard. You know,
I left Hearns out. I've got Leonard. I've got Hagler here.
Yeah, I'm thinking that group of four. What makes those guys hard is they had each other to fight. You know, so you're going.
He ain't that dumb. He ain't as dumb as you say he is. Man comes up with a decent point.
No,
once in a while.
he did, and I agree with him. I mean,
you need greatness to rub up against.
Oh, certainly, exactly.
Would we have cared about Muhammad Ali if there was no Joe Frazier?
No, we wouldn't.
No.
It really wouldn't have made much of a difference if Muhammad Ali was fighting in the heavyweight division
today
2 years ago.
Yeah,
we'd have gone. Well, who the hell is he? He didn't beat anybody.
It wouldn't be a big deal that he.
Why isn't he knocking it? Why is he dancing? Knock somebody out for me.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a big name. It wouldn't be a big deal that he changed his name either.
Yeah.
No.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna skip over Leonard and Hagler. I think they have a royalty status right now that sort of keeps them up there. I'm not a Sugar Ray Leonard fan. Never have been. Never will be.
Yeah, but he is.
I do recognize what he did. I do recognize Henry Armstrong. Yes. He is better than Henry Armstrong because Armstrong, back when there were only eight divisions, simultaneously held 3 of those weights. They were in the lighter weights. They were in the weights that, and he would have won one higher, but that fight was a draw. He would have held 4 belts, which means he would have held half the belts that existed. You hear that, Suleiman?
And you're saying that
not half the belts that you have on you. Half the belts that are in existence.
Not half the belts that you use for one weight class.
That you made up while you were on the shitter.
Okie doke.
That wraps this segment up.
What happened? This was going well.
He made a good point like 2 minutes ago.
He made a good point. And he's like, nope, and we're back to the shitter.
No, but I mean, you just complimented him a minute ago.
He can't allow that. He can't allow compliments.
I'm like a roller coaster over here, baby.
All right. Pacquiao, not better than Willie Pep, not better than Sugar Ray Robinson, not better than Ali, and not better than Joe Louis. That's the hierarchy. That's the safety zone.
Yeah.
Henry Armstrong, I think he just eclipsed him.
Ooh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Ron Cameron's got him number 2 on his list.
I'm sorry.
It's hard to pass up Henry Armstrong.
Armstrong held 3 titles at the same time and was robbed of a 4th.
Yeah, I don't think. I think when you had 8 weight classes.
Yeah, you could have held 40.
And you hold almost half of the weight classes that are out there.
We got to take a break.
Competition is the point. We're going to come right back with our fighter. You should know this is your Bolo Punch.
You're not allowed to hold on your